Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist Ace Weather Forecast, and welcome back to another video. Guys, this is going to be an update on the tropics and the Eastern Pacific, guys. And we do have a lot of new updates, guys. And you guys really need to look at these new updates. They're a lot different than yesterday. And it's looking like what we thought it was going to be, a major hurricane. So stay tuned for the video. And as you can tell, guys, Tropical Storm Barbara has formed, and it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger as we go on into the next couple hours, guys. And it's looking like it can get to a hurricane very soon. So, guys, if you guys want to know all the new updates, the new tracks, the new radar, everything, that'll all come right up. Alright, guys, so now we're going to be looking at the tropical weather, or the 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook. And guys, it's now based on all the new things here that we've, the new updates you guys are about to see. Now you're all going to see why it's looking like a major hurricane, guys. But as you can tell, Tropical Storm Barbara has formed last night, or early in the morning, sorry, like at around 3 or 4 a.m. Early in the morning, what I mean. So, guys, and so Barbara has formed a lot faster than expected. I thought it was going to be more into the more into the afternoon hours and closer to the noon hours. So that's what I was thinking, but it did form earlier this morning. So guys, it is forming a lot faster than Alvin. That's because it's moving very slow in warm waters. It has not moved a lot ever since it's been in Invest. It's moving very slow. Alvin was a bit more of a fast mover. But Barbara is going to be getting its power. It's going to be growing and growing and growing as it's moving towards the direction of Hawaii. So guys, we're going to have everything on after this for the impacts on Hawaii and everything. So as you can tell, here's Barbara right here. And you can tell right now it's at 40 miles per hour wind. So it's not like super duper high into the tropical storm. And it's not looking like it's gonna be a hurricane today, guys. It's not gonna be growing that fast. It looks like it might get a hurricane maybe tomorrow. As you can tell, to 1,006 millibars, starting to get a bit stronger. And then it's moving 60 miles per hour to the west-northwest, so it's moving this direction, like the same as Alvin did. So guys, it is moving a bit faster at a bit faster rate than compared to yesterday, as it's gaining power. So it's getting closer and closer to moving towards that direction, Hawaii. So we need people to at least prepare, because it's looking like it's going to go there based on a lot of the models. So now we're going to be looking at the satellite imagery, and you can see it's a lot, and I mean a lot more organized compared to the past couple hours that we did yesterday. It's actually very surprising on how more put together it is compared to how much, or compared to I posted yesterday around at the afternoon hours on this, and it was not looking at anything organized. And now you can see the outer bands coming. You can even see it coming around here. You can even see the vorticity here in the center. You can see the center right there. So guys, it's looking at a lot more organized. It's getting a lot bigger. As you can tell, it was a lot smaller. Look at it was. Let me draw it right here. It was up to right here, and now look, it's getting bigger. It's getting more into the round areas. It's starting to grow a lot more. It's going to get to these very big size. That's a sign that it's showing it's growing. You see the outer bands are getting bigger. They're getting longer. So that's showing that it's going to be intensifying a lot faster, and it's going to be getting to the look of a hurricane, a major hurricane for the Pacific, and it's going to be a big deal. It might make landfall on the Big Island, or at least just south of the Big Island. And you guys are going to be all seeing that right up. So this is one of the big updates. I wanted you guys to really look at this, guys. It's quite a big update. So as you can tell, it's looking like it's growing a lot faster. So you can say it's going to be looking like it's going to be stay a tropical storm for the next 2 days at least. The next 48 hours, most of the models are showing it. So, but it's not like, it's going to be a tropical storm for 2 days. That means it's not going to be growing really fast. Because look at it, they're really moving up this whole way for the next 2 days. They're really moving up for the next 2 days, except for these. These are not really showing anything. About 50% of the models are showing it at least going up to Category 1 and coming back down. So about most of the models showing it getting to around a Category 1 for in the next 2 days. And it's going to be getting really past this Category 1. It's going to be moving really high up. This it's going to be like passing category 1 really fast, and then some of the models are showing it going back down, not reaching a category 2. But then some other models, about 3 or 4, show it getting just into these category 2, weak category 2, according to the SHIP or the SHIP model. And then one of the models, the I cannot find this model name. The CTCI does showing it getting to a major hurricane category 3. And guys, I will not be surprised if a lot more models get to a strong category 2 or a weak category 3. It's going to be moving very fast for the next couple hours, and it looks like it's going to get to a category 3 from the next 96 to 108 hours. So you can see 48 hours tropical storm, 96 to 100 an hour category 3. Look how fast it grows in just a couple of hours, or just about 2 days. That's it. Like, to get that strong, it's crazy how strong it can be when it's moving very slow. And then it's not going to be, based on this, it's not going to be category 3 for that long, only for a couple hours. And then it's going to be coming down straight. It's going to be weakening a little bit as it gets a bit closer to Hawaii. It might hit Hawaii as a very weak category 2 or strong category 1. And then it's going to be going back to a tropical storm for the next 132 to 156 hours. So this was the new update for this, guys. Quite crazy, but we're going to have more updates later today. Now we're going to be looking at the cone and timing. So as you can see, the X is where it was 9 a.m. and it has tropical storm winds in that orange shade. So it's going to be tropical storm today. It's going to be tropical storm early tomorrow. You see around 6 a.m. tomorrow. Still looks like it's going to be tropical storm. We're really going to get a lot faster though. As you can tell, it does move a little more faster. And then tropical storm by 6 p.m. tomorrow. And then by very early Sunday, it looks like it does reach that hurricane storm wind, that hurricane force winds, guys. Really does look like it's going to get to a major hurricane right here by 6 a.m. Wednesday. But this is something that's really looking really weird. Oh, sorry, guys. Never mind. And then, so this is the next couple of days right here. This is 1 to 3 days. So the cone's a lot smaller, because for the next 1 to 3 days, we do have a better understanding where it's going to go. This is predicting a estimate on where the center of, or the eye is going to go. Looking like it's going to go right here. Not perfect. And then this bigger cone is for the next 4 to 5 days. So it's a bit bigger because it's a bit harder to track, and it's going to be a hurricane for quite a long time as it gets very close to Hawaii. And guys, again, it's not going to be really looking like it's going to be making like eye contact on an island. It's looking like it's just going to go south. You're going to see it right here now. It's looking like it's just going to go south of the island now. So the next 6 hours, we do get up to 50 knots. Now, that's a sign of it growing a lot. So you can see that it's starting to get its formation a lot faster. Let's go to the next 24 hours. Next 24 hours, it goes from 50 knots to 57 knots. So that's quite a big difference. It is starting to get its circular rotation. At this point, still a tropical storm. Because that's why you don't really see that good rotation. But by the next 48 hours, you do see, by the next 42 hours, it gets to 59 knots. And it's getting a lot more circulation, a lot more formation of an eye and an eye wall, which is right next to it. And by the next 48 hours, 52 knots. So it is growing a lot faster. So it's going to be getting there a lot faster to the 48 hours. So yeah, it does weaken a bit more. So guys, it does weaken as it moves through the Eastern Pacific, because it's going to be cold and warm waters. It's going to be going through. So it's going to be growing and also shrinking. So by the next 54 hours, it does jump 10 knots, and that's when you really see it's getting a lot more formation to get to a hurricane, where it's getting to that 59 knots. Next 72 hours, it is crazy how much it has grown, getting up to 82 knots. Look at the circulation. It's a lot bigger. It's about the size of Arizona, Colorado, or it's about the size of Texas and a little bit of Oklahoma. That's how big it is. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be just a lot of rain coming in these areas, a lot of wind. It's going to be a lot of flooding too. If we go a bit more into the next 108 hours, 110 knots. look at this formation. It is a lot bigger now, a lot more formation, a lot more of an eye wall. You can see that eye wall there, and you can see the eye. So that's where you say it's a hurricane. Gets to 106 knots as it gets closer. And like I did say, it does weaken as it gets closer to Hawaii, because Hawaii has a bit colder waters. So it gets to 97 knots, but then it goes back to 100, goes back to 99. And right when it gets close to Hawaii, it gets to 100 knots right here. And it's going to look like we're going to have another system right here, but not a big deal. But it's getting very awfully close. By the next 204 hours, some areas can see the heavy rain, can feel the wind. And then by then, it looks like part of it hits the most southern part of the island, the big island. It looks like the outer band does hit parts of the Honolulu areas and the Maui areas. That's what the outer band, but it looks like the center is just going to be off the coast at 94 knots. So it's going to be more of a very weak category 2, and then it goes off. But it's still going to bring a lot of rain for the big island. It looks like the big island's going to be affected the most, especially the southern part. And then it looks like the smaller islands could get affected by the bands. So now I'm going to be looking at the vorticity. Also, you can see this, how it's heading towards Hawaii. So you can see it is getting a lot more better formation by the next 30 hours. But look at the 54 hours. Look how much it grows. It grows like a good 30 miles of diameter. Looks how fast it grows. It does grow a lot of vorticity. You really want to see that. You really do for a hurricane. And you do get that. You get the most powerful and the most the best vorticity in that center part. But those outer bands, really those little strong bands of thunderstorms. And then it's going to be making its way toward Hawaii. And it's looking like it's the vorticity that's just going to go just south of the area. Doesn't mean they're not going to get affected by the wind and the rain. Looks like they're still going to get very heavy rain. Now I'm going to be looking at the radar. And this does not show Hawaii in it. But we could look when it gets closer. But as we go, look, it's going to get to a 981 millibars. Looking like it's getting a lot stronger. It's not going to get any weaker. It's going to get to 975. It does weaken a little bit, and then it does weaken as it gets closer. So the GFS is showing it getting not even a hurricane when it gets to Hawaii, getting to 1,000 millibars, and then it weakens to 1,007. Looking like it's not showing it hitting there as a hurricane. That's the GFS. So that's another update we needed to look at. Looking at the CMC, CMC does show 996, 998. The CMC did not show anything really whatsoever at all as it was going and growing. So now what we're going to be looking at is the Hawaii rainfall. But by the next, you're going to be seeing these bands. By the next 204 hours, it's really close. And then you get to see these outer bands bring very heavy rain right here. Getting ready to bring up to 10 inches for the big island. I think the big island will get hit the most. And then it will get up to 13 inches in Hawaii for the big island and get very big issues. The whole big island will not get under 2 inches. You can tell it's going to be off coast. Can get up to 10, can get up to 2, get up to 7. Quite a lot of rain coming in this area, guys, with potentially Hurricane Barbara. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this update. So now you guys have a better understanding of what's going to be happening with Tropical Storm Barbara, soon to be Hurricane Barbara. I will have another update later today, or I'll try to, because we all know how much it's going to, how many more updates we're going to have. So guys, please not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, and everybody, stay safe and bye.